Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege. Whoa, with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good afternoon. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. Man, I'm excited for you. Why? Because you're an early adopter in this new asset class that is a digital asset space. Listen, my friends, you and I, we're playing a game that 99.99% of the masses don't even know is being played. And we're winning. We're winning, my friends. Holy moly, look at the total market cap for crypto right now. Interesting stuff, guys. Listen, this is your XRP daily news. And around 0 to 10 minutes, the total market cap for crypto currently is 2.41 trillion. We're almost, man, we are approaching the previous all-time high for the total market cap of 2.50 trillion. So we're getting there, guys. Holy moly, that is really, really exciting to see that. We got some interesting stuff coming from the John Deaton, Jeremy Hogan video. Yesterday live stream from On the Chain with Jeff and Chip. Shout out to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, dudes. You're doing an absolutely outstanding job. Jeremy Hogan laid down something that we shared on this channel from the second that John Deaton entered into this space. We shared that, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more as well. Some interesting news coming from James King Filan in reference to the SEC versus Ripple case. We're going to go over that as well. After this, I think what I'm going to do is get a little time in doing something that I really enjoy, and then I'm going to hit the gym. I think that's the order that I shall do it. But in any case, guys, listen, the market cap's at 2.41 trillion. That is crazy. Bitcoin's at $54,591. It's up 24.5% on the 7-day. Ethereum's at $3,640, up 20%. I don't think it's gotten past 3,700 yet, I don't think, but that is really cool to see, up 20% on the 7-day. Cardano's $2.27. Binance Coin, $424. Let's see, what else is double figure on the 7-day? XRP is double figures on the 7-day at $1.07. So is Solana at $164. It's up 16% on the 7-day. Polkadot's up 18% on the 7-day at $33. Dogecoin is 21% up on the 7-day. It's been a good week. It's at 24.7 cents. Terra Luna is up double figures as well on the 7-day at 15.7%. It's at $44. Shiba Inu. Oh, those people who don't quite get network adoption. Not saying much about Shiba Inu or Dogecoin. Not saying much. They just totally discount network adoption. They think it's about utility. Now, don't get me wrong. Utility does play a part, but network adoption is massive. All right, Shiba Inu, just because let's not forget Bitcoin in its early days, especially. There was no use case to it, but it was network adoption going on. Just can't forget it. You got to factor in both, not just one. You got to factor in both. Shiba Inu has Shiba Swap, and I think they just partnered with another platform as well to introduce Shiba Inu to its platform holders. It's up 300. I mean, I might as well say 300%. I mean, 294.5. Might as well say 300% on the 7-day. On the 7-day. I took profit about 4 days ago on Shiba Inu using the RIP model or strategy. Love it. Recruit your initial investment, take profit, free tokens. Did that? Yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty cool deal. Shout out to my guy, Mike, for introducing us to that as well. So what else is up on the 300% on the 7-day? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anything else double figures that we can mention on the 7-day? Chainlink is up double figures. It's $27. Litecoin's up double figures. It's at $179. Algorand is up double figures at $1.96. Cashed out algo. Cashed out my algo because I'm planning on the bear market. Now, I may be wrong. I may have screwed up. I may be wrong. There might not be a bear market. I'm just not going to bet it. I'm just not going to bet against something that has happened traditionally since the inception. So what else we got going on? Double figures. Bitcoin Cash, yeah, 20%. At $604. I'm just going over the double figure gains on the 7 day. Goodness gracious, thank goodness Polygon is back over $1.30, $1.38. It's up 22% on a 7 day. So that's all I'm going to go over for now. But the market is doing, as we like to say, what the market does. But let's get into this John Deaton thing with John Deaton and Jeremy Hogan. They were on the chain live last night. And I wanted to point out, I tried to find a video where I did a live stream where I said, once I discovered John Deaton and what he looked to do, I said, this dude was going to be the difference maker, the game changer in this Ripple versus SE lawsuit, because it just made sense to me that if he was allowed to do what he wanted to do, with this motion to intervene, it was going to be a huge distraction for the SEC. The SEC was already up against it and bringing this lawsuit in the first place. Now you get a former prosecutor with a very valid motion that he was filing in this motion to intervene on behalf of XRP holders. I just knew it was going to be a game changer. And lo and behold, look what Jeremy Hogan, that dude, said in reference to John Deaton's motion to intervene. So let me play this from the right time. I'm going to make sure I get it right. Let's make sure it's just the right time.
Pointing directly, but indirectly they held it and they were approved. If it was Ethereum, I think we could make an argument that that would be helpful, but I don't think a Bitcoin ETF is going to help Ripple too much.
Gotcha.
I agree. I agree with Jeremy.
I concur. Wow, look at this agreement. I love it.
Pretty great. Huh.
Hey, there were some really great questions that we had posted that came from earlier. I think we covered a lot of the topics. Jay V had put up a question talking about how much, what is it, how do you pronounce it? The Amicus?
Amicus.
Right, I'm trying to get the right, the Amicus. How much does that weigh in on the outcome of the case? I think you might have touched a little bit on that earlier.
I'll let Jeremy handle that because I'd like to hear a more objective point of view. You know.
But let me ask John a question just that's kind of related to that. So, John, is your understanding from the order, because I couldn't quite figure it out from the judge's order, that you're going to be allowed to present any separate evidence, or are you going to be limited to the evidence that is in the plaintiff and defendant briefs?
Well, she said that we're not going to be allowed to call witnesses. So the way I read it is that if you're talking about an actual trial, she's not going to let me to say, okay, I call James Rule XRP or I call Jay from Spin to Bits. But she has indicated that in her ruling that Ripple can do it through us. In other words, she's basically saying they can depose the people that I was going to offer, right? So, for example, Spin to Bits, that I would offer up and say, look, this proves certain things, right? It proves the utility of XRP ledger. It improves someone who had no knowledge to Ripple, had nothing to do with Ripple, didn't ask permission, went on there, developed his own system, and look, judge, that he can move, all this Bitcoin on the ledger, and they're claiming that the 3 million in Bitcoin isn't a security, but the 0.0005 XRP that was used to do it is. And so she basically said they can use those type of examples in their case. But I believe that I would be able to use evidence as far as an affidavits in a declaratory or summary judgment.
That's nice.
Okay. In that case, I think the Amicus brief is going to be humongous. I mean, it's super important. It's great that it's in there because the judge, if she did not grant that, and if John was not allowed to submit a brief, the judge can't refer to it on the record. So now she's going to be able to actually refer to his brief in her order. And, you know, judges are always worried about supporting their orders. They're very cognizant of that. And this judge obviously looks like she's going to put together a very nice order because, you know, on something like John's motion, she put together a very detailed order. That took a lot of time to put together. So I'm really looking forward to her order on the summary judgment motions. But she's going to be able to refer to John's brief, and that's just humongous.
Nice.
There it is. She's going to be able to refer to John's briefs, and that is just humongous. There it is, guys. That, again, game changer. So we're in a great, great spot as XRP holders. In any way that this goes, I truly, truly believe that we're in a great, great spot. And it may come down to something, guys, because I think the SEC, I think ultimately under hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. I really do believe that the SEC, Gary Gensler, not the SEC, but Gary Gensler, chairman of the SEC, does not want to lose, does not want to lose their ability to, at least not a large part of their ability to regulate this space. They don't want, he does not want to lose that. He doesn't want to lose it. It may not be the thinking of everybody at the SEC, all the commissioners at the SEC, but Chairman Gensler, because of his personal agenda, whether it be political and some other things, does not want to lose his ability, him, to regulate the space. He doesn't want to lose it. That's why he wants to keep the clarity, the lack of clarity in place. He doesn't want define. He doesn't want to list, like John Deaton said earlier in this video. He doesn't want to list what is the security and what's not. He don't want to supply that list to the entire space. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. He don't want to do that. There's no way. He doesn't want to do that. So if they are able to, because they made this decision, SEC made this decision, it was, you know, it's really Clayton, to bring this lawsuit, there is a really, really good chance, guys. And I really do believe this. There is a chance. I keep saying here in a live chat, seeing in a live chat replay that DAI had a question, but I don't see it. But maybe he's asking in this question in this video. But there's a really good chance, guys, and I mean this, there's a really good chance that XRP has the security, has the clarity, and the rest of the tokens in this space are still at the whims. They're still in limbo. They're still in the target range of the SEC when it comes to bringing enforcement actions. That could very well possibly happen in this Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. It really, really can. And I also believe that there is a shot, it might be slim, that Gensler has to clear up this whole thing with Ethereum, because it can look really bad. Doesn't matter that it took place while he wasn't there. It can look bad. That if we keep getting more and we keep diving more into this ETH paths, and it gets exposed and newspapers start to cover it, Gensler doesn't want any part of that. He doesn't want any part of that. And he may do something to not save face, but to, it could be a political thing where he goes back and he looks into Ethereum. It could be totally a political thing. That's a possibility as well. So number one, I do think there is a strong possibility that XRP, you know, gets this clarity and the rest of the digital space doesn't get it. There is a possibility of that. It really, really, really is. Because Gensler doesn't want to lose his deal. He doesn't want to lose his ability to reign over this space. And that might in fact happen. It might happen, and he doesn't want to lose that. So he's not going to risk being able to reign over, that's my point. He's not going to risk being able to reign over the digital asset space. He's not going to risk it for a lawsuit that he did not bring. He didn't bring it. And I get it. He's kind of beholden to his dues over at Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. So, you know, but he's not going to risk the ability to continue to reign over the space. And the simple argument that he can make behind closed doors to his buds is, hey, we still got this whole other space that we can slow down. We still got DeFi that we can slow down. I get it that you want to slow down Ripple and XRP, the greatest digital asset ever created. But we got this whole DeFi thing too that we can slow down. You know, we can't sacrifice being able to reign over the rest of the space because of Ripple. That is going to be the discussion. And stop it. Stop it with the naivety. If you don't think that these conversations take place behind closed doors, stop it with that. It's not about, look, stop that. That happens. Those conversations happen. This dude was not publicly elected. He was privately selected. Who put him there? How did his name get in the hat how did his name get in the hat? How did that happen? Did we vote on it? Was there a poll? No, there was not. That means he was privately selected, which means he is beholden to some other people to do what it is that he can for them. That's just the way it works, my friends. That's just the way that it works, my friends. Just the way that it works, right? So let's look into this latest news coming from Jimmy James K. Filan, what Judge Netburn has done recently here. And I think this is hugely, hugely important. Hugely, hugely important. Let me go over this. Where is it? From Jimmy James K. Filan. A shout out to Upbit. They distributed the Songbird token, by the way. Shout out to people who had their Songbird on there and who were able to get their Songbird. So shout out to Upbit for distributing it. They distributed the tokens today, according to status. Shout out to you, my friend. Keep doing what you're doing, my bro. All right, where is it? 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 By the way, John Deaton is going to be on Fox Business today at 4 p.m. Eastern time. 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is about 2 hours and 15 minutes from now. What else? Here it is. Here I wanted to share with you. Jimmy J.K. Filan, breaking. Judge Netburn orders the SEC to submit for in-camera review the 2 documents related to the SEC's meeting with law firms and the email chain concerning discussions with a third party who received guidance from the SEC. Are you freaking kidding? This is a game changer. It's because, and the reason why it's a game changer, it's not because what she might necessarily discover, it's the fact that she is in, and she knows that it's important to the case. She wants documents related to the SEC's meeting with the law firms that DAI brought and other XRP content creators and community members brought to the front of the room and expose it. She wants that SEC meeting with law firms and the email chain concerning discussions with a third party who received guidance from the SEC. Are you freaking kidding me? She wants to see it. She wants to see it. Judge Jimmy J also said here, and this is, I'm telling you guys, this is good stuff. She wants, okay, so SEC's meeting with law firms and the email chain concerning discussions with a third party who received guidance from the SEC to analyze this digital asset under the framework set forth in Hinman's June 14, 2018 speech. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, man. How does she know about such a thing? How does she know there's a Hinman speech? What? And some content creators think that what we as retail investors do doesn't matter, can't make a difference. Really? Really? How could you even the slightest doubt the XRP army? How could you even in the slightest doubt it? We can make a difference. How do you think they know about this Hinman speech? Wow, I freaking love it. Each of us need all of us, my dude, and all of us need each of us. What we do matters. The tweeting and the retweeting, it matters. The commenting on videos of content creators that are exposing this, it matters. You don't have to be a content creator to make a difference. You can make a difference. What you do matters, my friend. That's why I always ask in my outro, are you participating? All right, so the SEC must also submit an explanation for its frivolous assertions for all those documents no later than October 15th for 2021. The SEC must also file a redacted version of its submission on the public docket. Now, we all know what, the whole red addict thing is just be a freaking page. Everything's blacked out. You can't read anything. The SEC must also file a redacted version of its submission on the public docket for you and I to see. Now, we all know that they are going to hide freaking everything. We know it. So, we're going to look at something, and it may be a word or two out of 3 pages, might be one sentence. Everything else will be redacted. But in any case, that's awesome. Defendant's response is due no later than October 22nd of 2021 to the defendant. So Ripple has to respond to this because you know what the SEC is going to be like. Oh, what? No way. Everything's privileged. Then Ripple has a chance to respond to the fact that they're saying everything's privileged. So I think Jeremy Hogan responded to this tweet and said, I think that Judge Netburn has the patience of a saint. And she has been very, very patient. And that's playing. The SEC does not realize that they're being backed up into a corner. Like they don't understand it's not that Judge Netburn is trying to back them up into a corner. What she's doing is she in her brain, in her mind knows that she is being over the top patient. So when it comes time for her to lay down the hammer in her conscience, she will know. Both parties will know, because if attorney Hogan knows that she's being over the top patient, so do both sides. So does the SEC and so does Ripple. So when she does in fact lay down the hammer, and it's coming, she's going to be able to state confidently and with conviction that how patient she has been to the SEC. Without question, it's coming. Without question, it is coming. All right, so it's something here that I thought was very, very interesting. It was part of this tweet here that someone says, Anders L. The SEC is screwed. So where was the other thing that I wanted to share from this tweet? Here it is. This is a great thing here. So just clear it up. Thank you, James. Quick question. So they have to submit 3 documents before the 15th, but have until the 22nd to dispute or the request of the privilege. So either way, they have to submit them to the in-camera review. Interesting question. They have to submit the documents. The SEC has to submit the documents and the letter saying why they think they are privileged no later than the 15th of October. They have a week. Then Ripple, which are the defendants, have to reply to the SEC letter by the 22nd. But the judge has to see the documents no later than the 15th of October. That is absolutely outstanding news, guys. The fact that the whole Hinman speech, man, I'm telling you, it is absolutely outstanding. Let me see here. And this is the thing that I want to share with you. It's the same thing, but this is in reference to the fair notice defense. I think it's important to kind of highlight this, but that is outstanding news because she sees it as important. Is just a game changer. The fact that she's even aware of a Hinman speech I know that it's and probably was mentioned in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, but she wants to know the emails and these conversations that were had with these law firms. Love it. Fair notice defense, says XRP_Bulldog. Judge Netburn wants to see documents regarding meetings the SEC had with law firms to discuss the unprecedented confusion in the market. The unprecedented confusion in the market regarding the SEC's view on the status of digital assets under the federal securities law. The unprecedented confusion. So here, this is the thing here. The description of the, let me do this. Let me see something if I can. Because I thought I had it somewhere. The description of these documents from the belatedly producing privilege law suggests that they may be highly relevant to this case to relate to meetings the SEC had with law firms to discuss the unprecedented confusion in the market regarding the SEC's view on the status of digital assets under the federal securities law. This is Judge Netburn's words. Oh, no, this is the Ripple's lawyers stating this here. It's not Judge Netburn, right? This was what they wrote to Judge Netburn, who granted what they wanted. So absolutely outstanding. So it wasn't Judge Netburn. She granted it. There was defendant's request is granted. The SEC shall submit the 2 documents related to the SEC's meeting with law firms and the email chain for its in-camera review. So Ripple, just genius. The people represent on the Ripple team is just, whether it be Brad Garlandhouse's attorney or Chris Larson's attorney or the Ripple team, outstanding. Along with a submission explaining its privileged assertions, the SEC shall file a redacted version of its submission as well. So this is just game-changing, absolutely game-changing. We write on behalf of the defendants, Brad and Chris and Ripple, in connection with Ripple's court in-camera review of documents. The documents identified in Appendix A represent a sample of entries from the SEC's privilege log submitted as of the date of that filing that, based on the description provided, blah, blah, blah. The court held oral argument on this motion in order the SEC provide the court with the documents linked. 2 days after the hearing and the court's order on September 2nd, the SEC provided defendants with an 8th privilege log with 19 new entries. We respectfully request that the court add 3 of those new entries to the body of documents Your Honor will review in court. And so Ripple asked for them and they got them. And it has to do with the Henneman speech and the law firms that he met with. And I just think that is absolutely outstanding stuff. I'm excited. Absolutely excited. Absolutely excited about this. Granted. And we get what, what the SEC is going to try to do with the privilege stuff. We get it. But the fact that the judge thought this was important is absolutely outstanding. They're running out of time. The SEC is running out of time. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.